Niners versus Cardinals. All right, starting on offense.
Cardinals.
It's got to be Cardinals. And now the Niners could overtake them, but the thing about it is Kyler Murray's a hell of a player. He gets hurt, but I got to give this one to the Cardinals off top.
Sorry, Trey.
Kyler's really good.
Kyler's still pretty damn good.
He's still pretty damn good when healthy. All right, offensive line. Here's what the Cardinals are working with. DJ Humphries, Justin Pugh, Rodney Hudson, Will Hernandez, Kelvin Beachum. To me, that's a damn good offensive line.
Win.
I think that's another win for Arizona.
Another win.
They have the best offensive line in the division. They're the only team in the division with a good offensive line.
And they have the best quarterback equipped to get away from a bad offensive line too.
Now this is a tough one. I'm gonna put DeAndre Hopkins in here, but he is suspended for how long? 10 games? 8 games?
6 games, I think.
Okay.
No more than 6.
But he's in there. And if they make the playoffs, he'll be playing theoretically. So we got DeAndre Hopkins, Hollywood Brown, AJ Green, Zach Ertz, James Conner. That's not bad, but their running backs suck. No offense.
James Conner was a touchdown machine last year.
He was. He actually was decent last year, but I mean, their running game just in general sucks. But they also have Darrell Williams, Eno Benjamin. It's actually pretty freaking good. When they get Hollywood Brown and DeAndre Hopkins on the field together, they could be really dangerous. Really dangerous. What do you think?
Might give it to the slight edge to the Cardinals.
Woo!
See, that's the difference between the two teams. You got one team who's a little more talented on the skill player position with the.
I think it's the Niners, though. I mean, hold on. Let me make an argument for the Niners. Zach Ertz is beyond washed. Beyond washed. Yes. He's terrible. He's like the king of the 6-yard catch.
I don't know about terrible.
He can't block, and he's really slow at this point. The Niners got better running back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to the Niners. We don't have to agree though, but I'm gonna give it to the Niners. Slight. It's very close.
You know, you're talking about wash. I think DeAndre Hopkins is more on the wash side too now. The guy is not.
That's fair to say.
He gets hurt a lot now, and he's just like he hasn't been good for 2-3 years, in my opinion.
He might have hit it last year. I mean, he might be on. I think he actually is on the downslope. So that's.
I think last year was like the official heavy domino push he made towards. He's definitely on the downward slope.
All right, I'm going to give that one to the Niners. 2-1 Arizona heading into defense. D-line, J.J. Watt, Leaky Fotu, Zach Allen, Marcus Golden, Devon Kennard. So really, when they're in, their nickel and they're rushing the quarterback, they got J.J. Watt, Marcus Golden, Devon Kennard out there. They lost Chandler Jones. This is the
okay. What J.J. Watt versus Nick Bosa?
Yeah, I mean.
J.J. Watt's good still, but I mean, come on, dude. The guy freaking gets an injury every time he breathes. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I'd rather have Eric Armstead at this point. Armstead's younger, more upside, more durable.
And if Armstead's actually just strictly inside, then great. Yeah. Now you have a more dominant pass rusher.
And like the edge rush, Marcus Golden and Devon Kennard versus Nick Bosa and whoever.
Drake Jackson,
Samson Ebukam, whoever. I mean, like Kamoko Toure. Yeah, I would take the Niners.
I think I'm taking the Niners because their top end's better.
I'm taking the Niners too, and they have depth. Linebacker, Cardinals have Isaiah Simmons and Zaven Collins. 2 highly drafted players, 2 good athletes. The Niners have Fred Warner and Azeez Al-Shaair. I'm taking those 2.
I'm taking the freaking Niners.
I'm taking the freaking Niners linebackers. They've just...
Isaiah, we're talking about earlier about players not living up to their draft status. I mean, Isaiah was still in that same round as Kinlaw, and even he hasn't been great.
All right, let's get to the DBs. The Niners are up 3-2. DBs for Arizona, we got Marco Wilson at corner. Never heard of Marco Wilson.
Byron Murphy.
Now, they did sign a corner who died this offseason. I forget his name, right? He was the first-round pick from Minnesota. They signed him. He died. Forget his name. Tragic. But maybe that was what they had.
Used to play. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I forget his name. Anyway, Antonio Hamilton at right cornerback. Wow, man, those are their corners.
Strong corner.
Their safeties are Budda Baker, elite. Jalen Thompson, decent, and their nickel is Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy's a good player. Never heard of the other corners. Wow, man. To me, he starts, right? I don't know why they call him a nickel.
He starts. I don't think he plays nickel. Maybe he does both.
Yeah. Maybe he does both.
I remember I actually studied him in college. I loved him when he came out.
Yeah, he's good. Washington. Man, I think I got to the Niners.
Byron Stud. But after that,
They got 2 studs in their secondary. The Niners
Niners have Jimmy
also
Ward,
have
who's
2
a
studs in
stud.
their
Charvarius
secondary.
Ward, who's an outside
Yeah.
stud. Emmanuel
Yeah.
Mosley is an outside stud.
Yeah. I might have to give this one to the Niners. I wasn't expecting Carolina to have such unknown corners. What are they doing?
I think, dude, getting corners is hard, man.
It is hard. It's a premium position. I mean, they have all these wide receivers. Okay, I'm giving that 4-2 Niners. Wow. I thought Arizona might have them on that. And then finally on special teams, they got Andy Lee. Yeah, still better. Still a baller.
Matt Prater.
Matt Prater. I don't know.
Matt Prater be shanking kicks, man. I mean, I know the Niners were abysmal in like coverage and all that stuff, but in terms of like scoring and stuff like that, I might take the Niners.